flame, losing my way, losing my soul. Wish someone would say that I'm whole. Losing my way, losing my soul. Wish someone would say that I'm not alone. You made people for a reason, either they need you or you need them. But right now I'm lost, searching for you. I'm alone, I'm alone. I'm falling apart, I'm losing ground. I'm breaking down, I'm breaking down. I'm fading, I'm fading. Oh, the less I say, the more my words will matter. I'm alone, I'm slipping away, drowning in silence. My voice grows fainter. Fading, I'm fading. Oh, slipping away. I'm losing my way, losing my soul. Wish someone would say that I'm whole. Losing my way, losing my soul. Wish someone would say that I'm not alone. I'm alone. You were for no reason. Now they need you or you need them. But right now I'm lost, searching for you. I'm alone. I'm fading and I'm breaking. I can't escape this pain. I'm fading and I'm breaking. I can't escape this pain. I'm fading and I'm breaking. I can't escape this pain. Everything's wrong. I can't escape this pain. This is my last final breath. I never saw how broken I become, till I was lost, trapped in my own dark home. Chasing shadows, where do I begin? Spiral deeper, nowhere to end. Everything unravels when I lost my spark. No one to guide, just a void in the dark. Searching for peace beyond the grave, finding only echoes trapped in a cage. I'm losing my way, losing my soul. Wish someone would say that I'm whole. Losing my way, losing my soul. Wish someone would say that I'm whole. I'm far from whole.
Hello! Welcome to the Raw Review. I am Puppet Jake, and I'm here to welcome you to the show. Are you little ready to have some fun? Well, hit the like button, and please welcome my dad, Jake DeMarco.
In the somewhere where we break shit down. CM Punk, John Cena tearing up the town. Broke half on fire, no one spit it better. Reviewing like a beast, no one does it clever.
Big money, Salvia. Big money, Salvia, Salvia.
What's going on? That's not the right music. Supposed to be Unidark. Wrong file.
Big money, Salvia, Salvia.
Yeah, it's a Raw Review. What's going on, ladies and gents? Jake, a.k.a. Countdown Ended, bringing you the funky edition of the Monday Night Raw Review, the go-home for Crown Jewel. That's right, Puppet Jake coming in strong. Thank you for the intro, my son. Hope everybody is doing well. I gotta change some file names, but something I don't have to change is the gender of the man, the myth, the legend, Cody Onidi 316.
Apparently, some people have changed their gender. Is it? I don't know, but I'm not changing anything.
I'm not
You're
so
not gonna
sure.
change co-host.
I mean, we've got something going on, right?
I mean, I can't quit. I tried to quit earlier, then you said no can do.
No can do. Not gonna happen. That's right. It's October 6th. We're into spooky season, leaving the spooky dookie behind. What's going on to everybody in the chat? Hopefully you're doing well. It was a Raw, and it was a go-home
Wait, you
Raw.
told me that you were going to show me your spooky dookie after the show.
I indeed was, and you know what? And just in case it happens, you never know, but I will get into the break glass for emergency in a little bit. Until then, we've got that set aside. Thank you to Unidark for the introduction today. Like I said, very eclectic producer over there, has a massive library. I highly suggest you go and check them out. They're more than just metal. They might be bringing the metal back, but they're more than just metal, as you heard in the introduction there. Love it. So thank you to Unidark for being the official band of Into Somewhere. Glad to have you all in the chat. We're live on Instagram and on Twitter and YouTube. But make sure you're liking, following, subscribing, doing all of that. We appreciate the support. I don't even know what to make of John Cena's final opponent. You and I were going to go ahead and have a podcast about who should John Cena face as his final opponent. And then like 6 seconds later, you're like, got some news. And I'm like, yeah. And you're like, it's Gunther. It's Gunther.
I mean, what a...
I don't hate it, but he's been gone for damn near 70 days.
Listen, I actually kind of hate it. You want
If
to
he
know
was
why?
still champ,
Because
there'd be something there. I get it,
But
but
this is something you should have done in the middle of his... Gunther is an
yeah,
last
I
opponent
want
for
the
him.
match.
Like,
I want the match,
would
but as
say
his
if you
finale,
could get Edge, do that. But that's unlikely. But like I said, you put over someone. Make it... And this is not Judgment Day bias. Let's just be real for a second. I think Dominic would have been a good last opponent.
I don't disagree. I mean, John Cena's final opponent on Newsweek, you guys can see here. Let me go ahead and add this source. Thank you for bearing with me. And the technically, you know, the true source we got here on Newsweek. Can't top that, right? Thank you, Andrew Ravens, contributing sports writer. He said the opponent for John Cena's final professional wrestling match has been chosen. According to a new report, the legendary 17-time world champion will face Gunther in his final farewell match. Taker would not be happy. My wife stole my LFG title. We'll get into that, Taker. Or apparently my phone changed it to Caretaker, but he might need one after that loss.
Don't bring up Undertaker's wife, though.
She's
She might just
taking
take our
everything
jobs.
from me. I know she might take over our podcast. Multiple sources over the last 2 days have confirmed that the name of WWE internal listing for the Saturday Night Main Event at this point lists as the only match on the show. 2 sources have been confirmed. The latest plan is for a tournament to be announced, but multiples have confirmed whatever the conclusion it reaches, Gunther was the person chosen for the match.
So here are my fears. Are they going to do like commercial free for Cena's?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's on Peacock commercial free, not on NBC.
Oh, so there's no commercials?
No commercials. You can't tell I'm wired tonight. I am mainlining Red Bull because I'm dehydrated. I heard this helps. I'm shaking just because of Raw.
Are you saying that's the only match they have announced so
Oh,
far?
I thought you were going to say, is that the only drug that I tonight? But no. Never mind. I'm like a mule at this point. There's enough inside of
Wait,
me.
is there
going to
be other matches on there?
What?
Or is there going to be other matches on there? Or is this going to be like a Cena?
Oh, I wish I could fire
I don't
you. Is there going to be more matches on the wrestling show?
No, jackass.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. You said that's the only match they have advertised. I'm fucking
Advertised.
Okay, I'm retarded. Okay.
All right.
You told me not to take the Tylenol. but
I
did
told
anyway.
you repeatedly the acetaminophen is terrible. Terrible.
Sorry.
It's almost as
And I
bad
was
as
getting my vaccine shot, at the doctors the other day, and you said don't mix them.
yeah, no, bad. Yeah, I mean, that's got a match written all over it with sleepers and rest holds, and I like Gunther, but that's just not exciting. There's no stakes. I don't care if it's a tournament. I kind of like the gauntlet idea that people had. I was sold on that. I don't know. I am spoiled on
Again,
thoughts, but tortured by what they've given us. I mean,
Sorry
go
for my
back.
stupidity.
No,
Oh,
I'm
for what?
teasing you because things were worded weirdly, but no. sometimes I couldn't, I may not have disputed that could be the only match. What if they did an entire tribute night and just had Cena's match at the end? It's not something they can deny. Respect
what I'm
my
saying.
authority, you know?
Maybe you could have people coming out through the night, like talking.
Careful
about
now.
Cena showing their respect.
Careful now. I know what you're doing. But this was not how we ended. We ended SmackDown over here. Remember? We had the side eye of Randy Orton. And I'm like, it could be something, you know, but it really wasn't. And it's probably never going to be, but that's okay. And then we had Seth eating the crossroads because he couldn't handle it. But that's not what we got tonight, was it? We got the Vision starting off. And from there, they just kind of kept the show rolling. Even Becky had a repeat match, which was damn good.
Wait,
Becky brought
The Vision,
Maxine
okay.
to
Are
a
we-
great match.
are
I
we
would
reviewing
say.
SmackDown or Raw right now?
I mean, we're all talking about the same thing, right? The build to Crown Jewel is messy. That's what I want to say. I mean, I am a little bit confused as to what they're doing at times. You know, it's not the best. It's well, most times. A lot of this year has been this point entirely that I wanted to make as a joke, but it's true. We've seen them hit that e-brake. You know, they broke the emergency glass and they were like, we need AJ. Oh my God, we have this show that we have to sell. That's brand new that we just added.
Yeah, AJ.
That's not
Lee
months
tonight.
away. We did get AJ Lee tonight, but not this AJ Lee. I'm on the wrong side to the reverse and special, but you get the point, all right? We didn't get
Where
to
is
break
she?
the glass, and because it's not a case of emergency, they're going to Crown Jewel in Australia. They've advertised the Perth takeover for the whole year now, with John Cena being the main advertised event. These tickets have been long gone. People have sold their testicles, their ovaries, and their children just to make it in the building. Never mind front row packages. You had to have some
Are you throwing
oil
other
money
people under the bus,
connections.
accusing other people of that? You said you did that.
Tried. Wanted to go to WrestleMania, still couldn't afford it. And I have like 55 adopted, or I shouldn't say adopted, but, you know, kids out there allegedly because of the donations. And don't worry about it. Should have never taken that fucking 23andMe. God. Regardless, right? This is not a great match. And this Raw kind of encapsulated the feeling of like, why do we need to tune in? What is the must see? What is the driving force? They really telegraphed the Seth Rollins win here, right? You're 0-3. What fucking chance do you got, boy? What are you gonna do? You're gonna die. You know, it's like they basically had Paul Heyman say, if you don't win, I'm going to betray you. So,
I mean,
I just want to know, how fast can we get to Showdown? With Joe Hendry as a special guest ref, as we called in the men's match, and it looks like Jordan Grace will be as the women's. That's what I'm really excited for. But yeah, John Cena's final opponent. So we've got a few dates left. We've got the back-to-back Raw. So we know AJ, we know Gunther. 3 remain. And that doesn't mean we're going to get 3 matches either. That's 3 dates. I worry.
do you?
I do. This upcoming Friday, I believe, is at 8 a.m. Eastern internationally. If that is the case, we will be live to go ahead and either watch along, review some shape or form of it. We'll be there bright and early. Cup of Java. I made sure I said it right. Jesus, lawyer here, right? Thank
Why,
you.
what did you say last time?
I don't remember. Something about coffee. This Friday on SmackDown, they acted like this wasn't already set. But we do have
You said
Tiffany
a
Stratton,
Cup of
Stephanie Backlor.
Hendry?
Joe Hendry, I tried to get, and, you know, he was like, say his name, he appears, but
His name and
alas, he didn't. So we've got the women's champs going up against the U.S. champ and Kiana James, the breast champ, with the best champ fighting the other 2 express best champs. And here's the thing. Excited for the match. You know the faces likely will go over can they coexist thing. But they've not let Julia or anyone defend the U.S. title on a PLE since its inception. Since that Saturday night main event, it's not been seen or defended.
The what?
The women's U.S. title that Julia holds. Tonight, the
There's
Raw
a US
tag
women's
teams,
title?
right? Exactly. The Raw
No.
women's, IC title. Hey, at least that's out there in people's minds. It's getting defended. It's showing up.
Wait,
It's being presented.
I've never heard of
and-
such a thing.
But
U.S. women's title. Are you sure you're not hallucinating?
Probably. I think I fucked up.
Might
Maybe
be.
maybe it. No, I'm not
what you
thinking. No, it's not Soul.
Soul Snatcher.
She's the North American NXT. It's definitely the women's
Yeah.
U.S. title. I'm telling you. Yeah, no, it is. I checked. Censors agree.
I don't think so. I don't think there's such a thing. but-
Here's the thing. Again, they did it tonight too with the Raw Tag Team Champions losing. JD McDonough gets pinned. Low man on the totem pole there.
Wait, we
get
have
it.
Raw Tag Team Champions?
Apparently. Defended often,
Oh.
apparently, as well. Yeah, I didn't think so. Judgment Day, not doing a great job with those either. They're doing anything but defending them. I mean, shouldn't AJ Lee, meaning Dragon Lee and AJ Styles, be going for the tag titles? He failed at getting
Well,
he failed at
probably
getting the
don't know who has
IC
the tag
title.
title.
But they went ahead and beat the tag champs, multiple times at this point? So why are they not going for the tag titles? The
Are
two
they
of them?
aware they beat the tag team champions, though? Do they
I
even
don't
know that
believe
they're
so.
champions?
I think that's the problem. I think you might
Wait,
be onto
I
something.
don't even know. So
Do
who is
they know?
champion?
Let me talk to
Wait,
him.
do those the Judgment
Yeah,
Day know?
I don't think
They might not
anybody
even know.
knows. They are just very confused. So
Yes,
then,
everyone is just confused.
then Sami Zayn has another open challenge. Is it going to be somebody from Australia? You never know. Could be. Could be Grayson Waller with the return of Austin Theory. Like that amazing source Twitter account that said your girl was coming back tonight.
Yeah, that's that account. Yeah.
We didn't see Liv Morgan, but Austin Theory coming out and spoiling Grayson Waller's U.S. title open cash-in would be something. It'd be better than nothing. That's a fact. And then we have Damian Priest taking on Aleister Black, last man standing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman, that was a last man standing match, I thought, where they did the part with the car and you blew out the windows, tsunami on the car, right? Like, that was awesome, but
Yeah.
last man standing, I thought. When the hell did he have an Australian street fight? And did you notice the crowd gave no fucks about that tonight whatsoever? They really could not care about that.
Because how many street fights have we seen?
A plethora. And what makes it Australian? Because it's from down under. That's
I thought
right.
we were gonna get a more creative match, like a fight pit or.
Oh, he's going to
something
take you on in the most
better.
dangerous match there is. A no ropes conquistadors sweat fest. You ever do one of those?
Me and you had that match last.
They lock you in a sauna. It's fucked. telling you.
You didn't even
There-
tell me about that. I wasn't even prepared.
Then Dexter Lumis, Joe Gacy, the Wyatt Six taking on the Street Profits for the tag titles. 8 a.m. internationally, supposedly. With the VPN, we should be good. We'll be doing the review, but we'll definitely be here this Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Well, when Crown Jewel goes off the air, likely at 11 a.m. We'll be live on YouTube and everywhere else. Going
What
ahead.
time
And
does Crown Jewel start?
it starts at 8 a.m. Eastern, so roughly 11 a.m. We'll be live with the review. And then don't forget Sunday. We've got Bound for Glory, DNA, one final table, the Hardys taking on the Dudley Boys. I am so excited for that. Woo! Hitting every button. I cannot wait. Are you excited? Slow down. Are you excited though?
I'm trying to.
Keep up with my
Up
energy.
against
I
that
know.
kind of match.
You're I'm like 7 of these down. So
I told you not.
listen, sleeps for the week and Raw was not keeping me awake.
Did you bring that old guy back to the retirement center yet?
I
you
did.
still
I
using
did. Nope.
Ben, right?
Yeah, he's gone.
Okay.
I mean, he's back home.
Gone. He's
Back
gone.
home. Back home.
What
Freudian
would you
slip.
consider home? Okay, tell me the last thing you remember about.
Gurgling. So, Crown Jewel, the lineup for this Saturday's show, 8 a.m. Eastern, World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins taking on WWE Champion Cody Rhodes for the Men's Crown Jewel Championship. Tiffany Stratton.
I wish. Okay, with the Cody and Seth thing again, I know I'm harping on this. I don't know if you still agree with it or if they've sold you and locked you into this match, but I still wish like they were tied to a piece or something like that.
Yeah, no, get you totally. There's a pretty big moment that telegraphs Seth needs to win this, because what does Cody gain by winning? Another ring. And he gets to hold the belt for 5 minutes. Seth wins. Kind of makes all the sense in the world right now. And I'm not a fan of it, but it just kind of needs to happen, right?
I don't know if they're different championships, but when Cody Rhodes and Liv Morgan won it last year, I could have swore the championships. I don't know.
I don't know.
Do they? But when Liv Morgan and Cody Rhodes won it last year, didn't they say they were keeping those championships in Saudi?
Yes.
Oh, or
remember?
Else, I don't know.
Yeah, because we can't even say where Mania is going to be in a few years' time. They're not letting us bring that up here.
Well, I just ruined the show.
Well, no, we got you. We hit the button, remember? We got that internal button. And speaking of
thank you.
Almost ruining the show, we'll get into this in a little bit, but that was Io Sky tonight. My God. She almost got destroyed by Kairi. We almost had another victim of Kairi Sane. Deadly warrior. Surprises the hell out of me to see that. But before we get into the review, like I said, this Saturday, Crown Jewel, Tiffany Stratton, Stephanie McMahon, the one not ready for the title, win the title, taking on the woman with the title on the SmackDown side. For the Crown Jewel Championship, I wish it was Liv defending it. Kind of makes sense that Cody's there. Like, you should have to defend your title each year, but I make sense why they have the champs. It's all kind of confusing, but whatever.
That's what I'm saying, because they won the title, so...
Yeah, they should be defending them, but...
How can there be a woman's...
Liv's too much of it to go ahead and show up for work, you know? God. Some people's kids can't take them anywhere, especially home. That's what my dad used to say. Io Sky, Rhea Ripley teaming up for honor against the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi, because Io said, "You are no longer Femery." All right, we're getting sued. Fucking A. All right, I can't help it, because they did the Inamura thing for honor. And then with this, it just feels so blatantly, like, insensitively racist, like, the way they're doing it. Like, I understand, but, like, they're laying it on thick. Doesn't it feel very, just stereotypical, I would dare say, you know, the very angry Japanese person screaming a lot, and, you know, it's the angry teacher that's coming down on the the master beating on the student, and tales old as Japanese time. So I don't know. It was just maybe the way it was coming across, but I know that is her senpai that brought her into the company. She's always given her credit. The little vignette they had didn't quite sell me on it, but we're supposed to feel sad for Io. But I can't help but want to kind of laugh, you know? How are you supposed to be sad when Asuka turned the two of them into Smurfs? I mean, granted, we'll get into it, but until then, we also got one more match, as we discussed in the beginning of Raw, added to the Crown Jewel card, the Australian Street Fight, Roman Reigns taking on the Tribal Thief, Bronson Reed. I was kind of hoping it was going to be
for Seth versus Cody.
Braun Breaker, but we knew it wasn't going to be. Yeah, you know.
He's excited for me to take on Seth. You see in the chat there.
Cody versus Seth. I mean, I think the match will probably be entertaining regardless, because
I think it's going to be a great match, but please, I think we're in agreement here that the story doesn't fucking sell me at all.
The story hasn't sold me, but here's the thing. I think the match will. And this Wednesday, in the Somewhere Weekly, you and I'm going to break down my big prediction theory that I have for this match. I think this match might rival the ending of WrestleMania 40 for most chaotic, like, nonsensical what the hell run-ins and interference galore and just tons and tons and tons of fuckery abound. I will go into full speculation with you this Wednesday as we give our predictions for Crown Jewel and Bound for Glory into Somewhere Weekly. We'll be live tomorrow night for NXT Showdown. That's, again, as I said, what I'm super excited for. We've got the NXT Tag Champions, Dark State, taking on Matt and Jeff Hardy, the TNA Tag Team Champions. Winner takes all. Everyone's banned from ringside. Ethan Page, Mustafa Ali, NXT North American title. We've got Team NXT, JC Jane's side, taking on Team TNA, Kalani Jordan's side. And then Mike Santana, captain for the men's, taking on Team Ricky Saint / Trick Williams, co-captain for the NXT men. It's going to be a great set of Survivor Series elimination style matches with special guest referees. That's right, Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry.
Say his name and he
Granted, yeah,
Sniff a little heel turn coming.
maybe, perhaps, but you know, the
We're gonna
story.
be live right tomorrow, right? Yeah.
We
I'm
will be,
fucked
you
up
know,
today.
and you might be. But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Hey, I even texted you before the fucking live stream. I'm like, why the fuck is the Judgment Day versus AJ Lee and Penta main eventing? And you're like, it's not,
You know?
jackass.
It's not.
Because I could have sworn they announced Usos versus LA Knight and Punk for next week, but
Nope, it was
I'm
for
out of
tonight.
it
Main
tonight.
event. Yeah, for honor. So tomorrow night, Team 3D will also be on NXT Showdown. They'll be watching at, I guess, not ringside. Everyone's banned, but they'll be there at the main, you know, the tag team match. It's gonna be awesome, regardless. Can't wait. Now, one thing you wanted to bring up, wise sir, and besides my break glass for AJ Lee analogy that we started before that we'll get to, you know, they sold out WrestlePalooza with her. They broke the glass. They brought back AJ Lee for that specific night. Hey, let's do this. We're going to, you know, quick rush you back, get the story. Here's the plan. All right, let's, but no forethought, you know, into what's coming next. No real look ahead, and there is story for some of it, but it's just I hope there's something worthy down the pipeline besides Punk thanking the audience for welcoming his wife back. We'll see. I'm trying to be patient, but you know, people are clamoring for it for a reason, so we'll see what comes of it. You brought up a great point as well with AI running rampant. Sora 2 came out for iPhone users, and it's insane. The quality and detail and I almost want to say like integrity of it.
one
but
of
like
the big examples.
how
is
real
Jake
it
Paul.
looks. Yeah, you were showing me stuff earlier, and with how, you know, crazy litigious they are. I don't know what we can show or not. I know they're getting some of the clips DMCA'd off of because they're not too fond of them. But
I don't
granted,
blame them though.
but here's the thing,
Like,
it's
for this
so lifelike
scenario?
in some aspects,
That's
even
why I don't
things
blame
that
them.
aren't lifelike or realistic. You know, I saw Dr. King cut a promo in the ring. I saw Tupac call out Biggie. We saw Grandpa Eddie, you know, go ahead and it was time for Latin Heat.
Michael Jackson and Kobe Bryant were doing TikTok live streams,
Yeah.
reviewing products.
Exactly. Like the it's just any example you think of, but I think this is one of my favorites so far. Oh, not that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am standing here with the tallest competitor in the World Wrestling Federation, a newcomer who's already got the gold around its neck. Big G, how does it feel to step into this ring tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, we're backstage with the
It's
brand
nuts.
new heavyweight champion.
The Mean
Honey Bear
Gene
folks
looks like
want to
it's
know what
fucked out
comes
of
next.
reality.
What comes next, Mean Gene, is exactly what got me here. Hard bite, harder work.
Anybody?
Mean Gene, the jungle belt's right where it belongs,
jungle
around my
belt.
waist. Anybody wants a piece of the Tiger King, they better sharpen their claws, because I don't let go once I bite.
There's a
Once
long
he
line of
bites.
challengers, champ. Earlier, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the new World Heavyweight Champion, the Big Dog himself. Big Dog, how are you feeling after that war?
I mean, it looks just like it's been plucked out of a VHS or, you know, like from the network for some of it. It's just absolutely impeccable how realistic it is. And like you said, it's going to get to a point where we're getting now to a point where you don't know what's real, what's legitimate, what's true. Yes, they have some type of tag buried deep in the AI that does, for forensic accounting, say it's AI, but the court of public opinion goes quick. We've already seen, like, I've seen SpongeBob get pulled over by the cops and have one of the best body cam videos, and it looked hyper realistic, and all of the SpongeBob audio was so spot on. It was ridiculous. I thought I was high, but I wasn't. It was AI. So that's something. That's powerful. I'm telling you. I fear what's to come because I mean the age of disinformation. 2 years ago, people were like, "Oh, AI's silly." You know, Will Smith eating spaghetti. It looks ridiculous. None of it looks real. Well, we'll always know AI. It has that
We were
uncanny
talking about it
valley
like
feel.
3 years ago. Yeah, it was like nothing. It was just funny. You could tell it was fake. Now, whatever came out the other day looks real as hell.
Yeah.
You have Martin Luther King and JFK ding dong ditching people.
Yeah, absolutely. It's impeccably realistic looking and pretty crazy.
Body cam footages of like Jake Paul. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, and if you notice, we're not like breaking through the background much today. So green
and,
screen
like,
be damned. I think it might be working now.
One of those Jake Paul videos, like he was like being, I guess, like gay for one of the videos, and like he had this like mirror doing his makeup, and there's an actual reflection.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that's like crazy.
I saw who was it performing live? It was Queen, you know, obviously original lineup, and then Black Sabbath playing together, but like from like late 70s, as if they were all in their prime, just jamming. But it was like a new song, and I was like, I could actually picture this being a song, but it's AI. Like, just that's the level that blows my mind.
And it fucks with your mind though. Like you think like this has to be a song you like heard of it before. Or
that's why I'm blown away. Like someone like Unidark, who's producing, you know, music on such a you know, high caliber and such an eclectic variety.
Yeah, great music.
Just having all of that has been absolutely, and on Bandcamp.
Whatever socials.
Yeah, links in the description down below. But shouts out to them for showing us the ropes on, you know, some of this bringing the metal back. As far as I going ahead and spicing up my songs a bit. So we'll see what's coming up this weekend for intros. Puppet be damned. It'll be a good time. Like I said, we've got Crown Jewel and Bound for Glory. It's going to be a hell of a week, my friend. So this Raw review... Dallas, Texas, at the American Airlines Center. They went ahead and were just very excited for Roman Reigns. Can't blame them. They got the lazy American version of the, you know, soccer chant going. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. You know, they were doing their little side chant. It worked. Out comes OTC1. And again, this just further iterates, and the night only just exemplifies my point and personifies exactly why Roman has never turned face. He's still a heel. I have bitched, whined, cried, maligned, and fucking complained about this for ages now, and all this does is push your and Spaz's original point that it should be fucking Jimmy.
Yep.
Maybe they're going to do something with these two. I hope they do something with those two. It feels like they're needing to do something with these two. But then again, think about how many times they planted seeds for other things and it's not come to fruition. So in the Netflix era, we've got to be careful. They're always throwing ideas out there to make, they want to make fans excited on the internet. Triple H, he says he hates the marks, but he's reading... you know, Squared Circle and Meltzer, and you know, he knows what's on the dirt sheets. They know what's being reported.
And Meltzer.
Meltzer right now getting run through the mud for his factual reporting. You know, we've got one of the screenshots here tonight. Meltzer fears facts.
Jesus, though.
There's a lot of opinions about him. A lot of people not happy.
He doesn't like me either, to his credit. So,
granted, I mean that's a list, but you know, he's certainly, you know, made you a target and a not popular fan either. So Roman is an asshole.
I was beefing with him before on Twitter because he says the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
Like why? What did you come up with this conclusion that Cody Rhodes is going to be Seth Rollins? Because he won this match on January 2023 against Shinsuke Nakamura. So you would have to equivalent it because they have long hair, and so like he just rambles and says a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, somehow, the shock opening to Monday Night Raw with Division doesn't compare to what AEW, like it's always some. And yes, we know that wrestling metrics as a whole have died a death the past week. Everybody went down. So either the way they were counting wrestling is wrong the entire time we've been reporting it for ages, and it's always been overestimated by about 15 to 22% of the viewership, or they're just really going through some growth periods right now. We'll have to see what stays consistent, but Nielsen's new way of doing things, Dave was not a fan of, because AEW's numbers were in the tank, and he was upset because it doesn't count AEW on Max. We got to make sure we get that stat counted in there. The 6 million people that watch over there. Sorry, 7 million. That's, I believe, more accurate. Sorry, 7.32 million. Gotcha. OTC1 gets his chance. I don't know why they got the one thing now. He's an airplane, like the president's jet. Sure. Tells him to acknowledge him. If you went face, it should be, I acknowledge you, like, that kind of thing. Like, I'm here because you acknowledged me, and I like some type of positive. But no, he's just praise me with love and adulation. I am Roman Reigns. That's right, he is. And before he ever really gets to say much, he's interrupted. So the main point that Bronson Reed and Paul Heyman made, they went on this ridiculously pointless and stupid diatribe. I wanted to see what was going to transpire between Roman and now Bronson. You knew he wanted revenge on Bronson. He had to help the Usos last week. The Usos lost again tonight. You see, they're not really a cohesive unit. All right, we get that he's meddling in with Jay. All right, there's things a brewing that could really, pick up the pace here. But we go ahead and we just get this horrific explanation and promo from these two of the Vision that goes on, and it's all contingent upon the idea that Roman Reigns has never been stretchered before, ever. He's never been put on a stretcher. And they made
Did
this.
you try this one time or something?
No, they said it repeatedly. Bronson Reed is the only man ever to put him on a stretcher. His family had to watch when he went ahead and got carted out and put in an ambulance. And you know what? They've never had to see such a thing before. Ever. Never have they had to see such an image of Roman. Not was he flipped over inside of an ambulance by Braun. Never has he been on a stretcher ever. You get it. Okay, you get it. We get it. Come on, like, you can't fact check yourself. Like, Paul, you were there for part of it with Brock. Come on, we've done this. Like, don't treat us like morons. Then why do we want to tune in and enjoy this? I'm sorry, I would like to, but when this is what you're presenting, I can't. Facts like this bother me. It takes my semi-autistic brain out of it. The Tylenol did something to my neurons not connecting, because when I hear that fact come out of his mouth, it's not like you could just say like a heel being egotistical, because they're stating it as fact. Like, this is the only ever, period. Fuckers. That's it. Exclamation point. Put a pin in it for later, because we're going to come back to this. We get the match made, the chant, fight him now. Reigns says, let's do this now. And then, they basically say no, and it's going to be an Australian street fight, as Paul Heyman sells the match as being super deadly. And the chat agrees, everyone agrees. The crowd just fell flat. Not only were they deflated, they weren't getting the match tonight, But then this, the special type of match, they really were like, what does that mean? What is an Australian street fight? Is that like a Miracle on 34th Street fight? Is that like the Halloween street fights? Is it just a silly name, or is there actually is it like a Texas death match where there's like a reason for it, like there's special stipulations, or is it just a street fight
Didn't
that
we
happens
see
to be in
a
Australia?
street fight in Paris? I thought.
I
Did we
don't.
not see a street fight I think we saw a street fight in Paris. No.
No. Didn't happen. Nope.
Are you
So,
sure?
Roman, he says too easy. I accept. Because, of course, an Australian street fight doesn't scare you. But shouldn't Roman, maybe he doesn't present as worried, like his character wouldn't. But shouldn't you see, like, some wear and tear on his mind? Because this man did put him in the hospital. Maybe it wasn't the first ever, but he did hospitalize your ass. He did break you. He sent you packing, right? It took weeks to have to come back and get your revenge, and you had to do it blindsiding them to do so. You couldn't even take them on like a man head-to-head.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah, that's the truth. So Roman says too easy, and you guys are walking away like a couple of bitches. He said bitches. And the crowd still goes mild.
They've never said that before.
They never said the word. So they did the Superman punch to the outside. Everybody breaks it up, and that's it. He hits him with another la-di-da. I'm sure the match on Saturday will be good. I do have interest in the match. I'm doubting Roman's going to lose. I mean, he could put him over. Anything's possible. It'd be silly for Bronson Reed to lose. But again, we're talking about Roman Reigns. So we'll get into predictions again this Wednesday into Somewhere Weekly. Don't miss it. Make sure you're hitting the like button as well, folks. That helps out a great deal if you're over there on YouTube. We start off our night with, before we even get to Becky, we start off with Kairi Sane talking to Asuka. And Asuka slaps the ever-loving piss out of her. Holy hell. I mean, did she knock her freaking block off with that one? She just took her down to frickin' Pound Town with that one because she said, I don't want to face Io Sky. Maybe not the worst thing because Io was going to put a hurting on her, or so we had hoped. Asuka slapped some sense into her, told her she better win, and now we know. She's got an iron fist that she rules with. We get Maxine Dupree coming out during the commercial break thanks to the VPN. She gets a decent reaction. Becky gets a reaction. They get bigger reactions later in this match, but early on, until they got into the first commercial break, it was basically nothing until we got the Exploder's suplex into the barricade. That was kind of it. We got the commercial break. Everything in the commercial was just kind of like rest hold-ish, and on the outside, come back in, and these two end up getting the crowd to chant. This is awesome. Several things not on my bucket list, or Liz's, or anybody's, for this night. Not even anywhere, like, remotely in my bingo card. Not happening whatsoever. Can't check it off, can't mark it, can't dab it. Wasn't gonna happen. The crowd chanted, this is awesome. I stand corrected. Becky brought a great, I wouldn't say great, but very good match on a Maxine Dupree. Maxine gave it her all. She really got some great licks in here.
This is definitely the best Maxine Dupree match that we've had.
Absolutely. The best, because it was the only real one that she ever got time to contest anything in. Usually she was a sideshow act where, hey, you're just a silly cheerleader that, you know, Dupree, you were with the mob, and, well, it wasn't really the mob, but, you know, kind of LA Knight, right? Yeah. You were with the, you know, the models and the mob, but the models, and you were a joke, and then you were with Chad, and then he turned into a psychotic asshole, or just revealed himself to be, and lo and behold, you got picked up by leftovers, right? I hate to say it, but what Akira Tozawa is doing, you know, and half a heavy machinery, no idea. Either man was not here on the outside to be cheerleader for this one. Surprisingly so. They couldn't make the flight to Texas or the drive. So I will say this. Maxine sold Loopy Drunk very well. Like, she was getting her ass beat and her head smashed on ringside over on the announce table. She sold that really well. Like, she was actually in peril getting her lights knocked out. And Lynch kept getting in the ref's face. Once she started to get back on top, her ego was coming out again and she was feeling very dominant. Gets back into the ref's face again for the second time. And that's when she basically crawls to the outside. Maxine's on the ground. Becky gets on top of the announce table while the ref is counting. And for the second time, not on my bingo card, we get a count out victory. Ref calls for the bell. Maxine is in the ring for the count of 10. Holy hell, I did not expect that. Out of all the outcomes possible, I had wondered and worried, are we going to break the glass? Are they going to do it? Are we going to get an AJ Lee interference for an amazing Maxine Dupree win? Is it going to be a feel-good moment that sets up the match that we all want to see for the IC title?
Well, let me know.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know. I need you to tell me. Oh, fuck.
Not a fucking chance. They
What
got
the
us.
fuck?
They did. They went ahead and they hoodwinked us. I was really hoping for some type of positive here, but that was not the case. Because the
Is
ending.
that why you texted me around after that match? You
The ending is
to get you for this one.
The ending is unique. Exactly why? Because the ending is unique. They did something, but I worry. If there's no long-term payoff to this, if Maxine's not now, I mean, she just hung in there with one of the best, as according to everybody, as we know, ESPN and Yahoo and fucking Netflix. Everybody's saying it.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah, Becky Lynch is the greatest of all time, right? That's what they're saying? That's what she's saying. That's what she said.
Well, you want to know who's called the greatest of all time?
Who's
Liz
that?
thinks the Judgment Day is the greatest of all time. The
Oh,
greatest
absolutely.
faction of all time.
Well, greatest faction,
That's what
yeah.
Liz said.
Minus Edge, but yeah, Finn Balor right there on top. Now, yeah, Maxine runs away. Better match than anybody anticipated, gave credit for, or thought was going to happen. Absolutely. Was it a little bit longer than it needed to be? A bit. But it worked really well at hopefully elevating Maxine Dupree. Hopefully, I'm positive on her. This could be a big turning point for her because now she could be, this is not a one-off. She could be a legitimate competitor against other females on Raw and not a joke anymore. This opened the door for that. I hope they don't go backwards with the Alpha Academy stuff and let her branch out and continue because she's got people
She's
behind
improving in the
her.
ring.
It wasn't the entire arena chanting, "This is awesome," but at least half. You had a great majority of the crowd behind you. They got over for the ending. Maybe not huge, but they were over. The crowd cooled down because the peak for Maxine was kind of in the middle, but they did pop for the finish. Yeah, they only reacted to like the very excitable moments, the Roman entrance, the finishes and entrances, and that was kind of about it. They were kind of quiet throughout matches and even some segments where they kind of needed to come alive. So, all in all, a better match than anticipated, like 3 3/4, maybe, 3 3/4 stars. Room for improvement. The story could be as simple as, look, Maxine improved. We saw her last time, so the repeat match with Becky is good because there's storytelling. It's not just a repeat for repeat's sake. If they don't do anything with Maxine, though, then this really just felt like, hey, this is all we have because everybody else is headed to Australia. Bottom of the barrel scraping kind of feeling. You know, our women champ isn't here. Stephanie's already doing PR in Perth, and everybody else is occupied. Rhea's not here. She's doing PR. It showed, you know, so I hope they continue to push her and elevate her because you have that groundswell. People are seeing her improve in the ring before their eyes. And she's not improving little, but like she's drastically improving. She went from a quarter star to 3 3/4, 4 star, you know, in that vicinity. Like this was damn good for not just Maxine Dupree, but for a women's mid-card IC title match. It was damn good. 3.5, 3 3/4 is excellent for what they gave us here. I'm excited with it. I hope we get more Maxine. That's my overall current take. I want to see more with it. I just hope that there's a payoff for this. That's the be all end all of it. So Roman and Jimmy, I know you were chiming in about this one. So Jimmy's trying to tell Roman, hey, I had your back at Crown Jewel, but then Jay interrupts and Roman just kind of berates him and says, hey, I don't want anybody's help. And then he kind of gets on Jay as the devil on his shoulder and says, you should be focused on yourself. You should be focused on the title. You should be focused on, wait, who's at the top of the 9 o'clock hour? CM Punk, not you, huh? Pissing Jay off. He gets right up in his face, mad, storms off. Now Jimmy says, hey, why? And Roman looks at him and says, what's the problem with him taking advice from me? I hear everything. I see everything. I see all. He's all present, ever knowing Roman. And which is good because there are times where they like, hey, Roman watches SmackDown or Raw. I didn't know they made sense with the Bloodline stuff. But then there's other times. Yeah, you did say take the Jags. You did. I know. I was foolish not to. I do bow down to you, Sir Pico. Granted, I was hoping that this didn't prove me right, but Roman's an asshole. Why is he a face? It doesn't make sense. He's still a heel. He's still the tribal chief. He's never changed. He's fighting with Jimmy. Jimmy's really the only good one left here, unless he can convert Jay back. But Jay's always fallen to Roman's side. So, Crazy Bailey with Lyra. How you digging this, Cody?
I thought it was going to be better than this. I'm not digging it so far. Hopefully they can change my mind on that, but
it's not believable. It's really like over enunciated and it feels very yes and like improv at college kind of thing. Like, oh, I'm zany now. I'm gonna hug you, and then I'm gonna it doesn't feel realistic, like she's actually snapped. The vignettes worked due to the fact of editing. She could react to the voices she heard, layering different voices on top. With this, I don't know. Calling her the tribal queef might be too much, but it's not working for me, Bales. Crazy Bailey is making me want to smash and change a channel on Netflix. Bird Lady comes out with Crazy Bailey. Her and Roxanne go on to have an okay match. Second women's match of the night. Second match of the night. We're 2 for 2 on the ladies' side. Talk about diversity. Yeah. Lyra hits Roxanne with a big kick, sends her to the outside, and that makes her go ahead and dive through the ropes. And that's after Raquel, like I said, she goes ahead and she lays out Bailey. God damn it, she just knocks her down with a big boot. Lyra takes down Raquel. Roxanne then performs a, what would you call it, flying DDT on Lyra? Because she dove to the outside, a suicide DDT? DVD DDT?
Suicide DDT,
Yeah.
Probably
Gets
the
back
best
in the
way to-
ring, hits the pop rocks, doesn't drink Coke. 1, 2, 3. Gets the pin. 9-minute match. Good match, but broken up with commercial break and couldn't really get into like the flow of it. It just, I don't know. It all just,
Oh, look what you did.
it built to
You
the
said
outside.
Coke, and now Tony Khan is all bug-eyed over here.
You're going to get me banned.
Getting
Oh,
all-
Jesus. Speaking of AEW, I know we got Wrestle Dream coming up as well. Just so much content. Tessitore did let us know Raw next week will stream live at 7 Central, 8 Eastern, Monday morning. Yeah, that's right. So Raw on Monday will have an early review possibly as well. Not possibly. We'll be there. But Cena is looking for his 100th premium live event win, but he's on like 92, so he can't even do it. So I don't know why they'd even bring up the stat in that regard. Like, he's chasing his 100th, even though he can't do it. Too bad they couldn't have given him a few more beforehand or figured it out and done it that way. Would have been interesting to have him have the 100 on his way out or something, but hey, it's a cool stat regardless. Number one PPV, PLE match contender haver of all time is The Undertaker. That's right. Not the caretaker, the cater taker. She took my LFG. Basically got more crap in the back that led to AJ Styles, Dragon Lee challenging them and saying they'd find a partner who ended up being Penta, and it kind of didn't give much of a shit. Right? I don't know, Cody. It's not great here. The mid card, they need to freshen things up. It feels ultimately stale, especially because the belts, it's being defended, but it's kind of in this weird space with Dom. It's slowed, and we're not getting, like, on SmackDown, we're getting open challenges, so at least the mid-card's kind of being refreshed. You're not feeling like you're seeing the same things. I feel like we're getting the same matches. It feels like we're always seeing the same few people screaming about needing to beat Seth for the title. We got Punk, we got Jay, we got LA Knight in there, you know, all of them are just combined.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah, they want to destroy Seth Rollins. Can't blame them, but that's rinse and repeat. So then you have the vision opening, and then it's just like a lot of it feels like a bit of a slog. I am looking forward to Crown Jewel. I am looking forward to the matches, but like I said, the build has not been fantastic, and that's part of the thing. Like, there's not going to be a great deal of build. There is a story there. Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, they've, you know, had a storied history. Cody's won every time, technically 22-0, but 3-0. Against Seth. Seth later has this great back and forth with Paul Heyman saying, what happens if I lose? And Paul is very condescending, brushing him off and saying, don't worry about it. You're not going to lose. You're never lose. Eventually he snaps. He says, shoot it to me straight. What does it mean? And Paul basically says, you know, I'd have to ask, why did I pick you over Roman Reigns? Ouch. Over Roman Reigns. That's a harsh one, Cody. Cody, you good?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how you feel about this one. Like, I get the point of the story. I like what they're going for here, explaining the importance behind their meeting again, because, you know, last time we were enemies, then we were allies, now we're enemies again. This is why we're opposed. This is why we'll forever be opposed. And this is what it's come down to. You're facing a different version of myself. Now I'm not just, you know, Seth freaking Rollins. I see myself as a visionary, truly, as the future. And the future that I'm going to lead into WWE is Braun and Bronson, supposedly. But it's all about him so far. If he loses, everybody, you know, no longer has respect for him. He loses respect to the locker room. It was very well spoken. It was greatly delivered, but just not anything but it felt like a sure deal for Seth to win. We're going to get into why this Wednesday into Somewhere Weekly, but how you feeling about this, Cody? What are you thinking?
I'm trying not to be negative.
I don't want to be negative. I want to see more. It's just I'm not loving a lot of the stories we have right now. A lot of things feel like they're in a stagnant state of rinse and repeat. It's just the same things again and again for quite a while now. And
which sucks because it makes our live streams rinse and repeat. All we do is say the same thing every week.
Kind of, but wrong. Yeah. I mean, think about it. When we had that amazing feud last year with Punk and Drew McIntyre, it was great. And yeah, it spanned a long time, but the matches took place one after the other. Bam, bam, bam. SummerSlam, Night of Champions or whatever it was there, and then Bad Blood. I mean, we got the on-site videos from Liz being there, DJing me, had it all. We watched them. They were great on her TikTok. Check it out. I just...
You got to watch The Rock count to 3.
Didn't. And he did the 3 this way.
That's all he wanted to do.
Making us think it was long-term booking, but it wasn't. He had no idea.
He just wanted to prove to everyone he can count to 3.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I mean, this is just... it's not grabbing me. Seth has to win. if Seth doesn't win, they basically pointed out that he loses everything that he's built, and they're not going to go there that way yet. Why would they ruin every story? What does Cody need the win for? Just to have the second ring? He's going to get screwed, obviously, like he always does. How? Why? We'll see, and hopefully it's good. But with this, it's lingering, even though they've been apart. It still feels like it's not new, sadly. So it's not an often thing. It's a special event. Crown Jewel. They're gonna do champion versus champion. We're not doing it at the Survivor Series anymore. We got War Games there. All right. Do you know what? Negativity aside, story maybe not the best, but it's kind of telegraphed. Foregone conclusion. Seth's gonna win. We think. Maybe. We'll see. Granted. Does it take away from the show? No. I think the matches are going to be excellent. The crowd should be damn good. Usually they're impressive there.
I think it's gonna. Well, we've said this before with like Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
They kind of.
The last women's match to main event, I guess, a PLE was the last time they were in Australia for Elimination Chamber when Nia Jax took on Rhea Ripley. So
that was the last.
That was the last time a women's match main evented a PLE, they were saying on Twitter. And I don't recall any other doing so besides Evolution, right? So, granted.
Yeah, that doesn't count because I would.
You have to give it there. CM Punk, friend of the show.
Hearing everybody go absolutely banana.
That's right. He goes ahead and he comes out. Makes his entrance, crowd erupts. They're going nuts for him. He's a star. Of course they are. Said he hasn't been there because he's been celebrating their win with his wife after beating Seth and Becky at WrestlePalooza. And he started the year beating Rollins on Netflix. See, that's the thing. Everybody's beat Seth. That's the problem. I thought so, but he wasn't, sadly. Granted, Punk was having a bit of a roll of the tongue here. He was talking about how he knew he would be the new world heavyweight champion. That's when LA Knight, he interrupts, comes out. I love that they reverted back to his original LA Knight theme. They changed it for a few months, especially when he was on SmackDown, and it had this weird like reverb and DJ effect. They fucking just fucked it up like they usually do with the music. And it was just terrible. It lost the vibe. It lost the oomph. I listened to his theme all the time when I was working out, a year ago, and I wasn't in a boot. Granted, this guy, he's pissed off. He comes out and he's joining Punk, and he's like, "Hey, you're known for the pipe bomb, but lately you're better known as a husband." He's like, "That's not a shot. Everybody needs love. Beautiful thing. I'm not knocking you, but for as good as a husband as you seem to be, you're a trash champion." So I thought that was great. And he's like, "You were roughly, 4 minutes as champion? And you know whose shoulders Rollins have never pinned?" Punk said, he's like, "Imagine a guy who's never been world heavyweight champion talking to me." The fans went nuts for that. LA Knight says, "Hey, I may not have been the world champion, but I will be the next one." Yeah, that's when Jey Uso comes out to forget how to speak English and fuck this party up. Oh, yeah. He's just not enunciating. He doesn't like little Roman, Punk said.
A lot.
He does. Every time he gets really angeredly impassioned, where he's trying to present that he's
Jimmy on the mic.
snarling angry. Yeah, Jimmy delivers well. I like Jay, being an asshole all night, and then the crowd wants to yeet, and they're going to do it back in the commercial break as well. They did it back again today. Hey, at least they did it during the commercial break. VPN aside, we saw that. Double yeet. It was a good segment, even with Jay being added to it. I like the ending because Jimmy tries to stop Jay. Jay gets hit by Punk. That's after Jay attacks LA Knight. Jay then has to get laid out by Punk. Jimmy responds with a super kick yeet to the face. Jay's pissed. Jimmy's like, "I'm there for you." It's going to lead into another segment. This was damn good, especially Knight and Punk. Their flow, their ebb and flow, their back and forth. They were like, I hate to sound a bit hyperbolic, but lyrical masters. They really they laid it out there, and everything they said had a certain cadence to really constantly get the crowd to react and to keep the audience drawn in. There was no lull, no down point. You know, it was always just another thought to grab onto. It's good to see pros do what they do best. So really damn good segment there. I loved it. Jay makes perfect sense being involved, you know, and the thing is, well, he didn't get a rematch, but no one gets title rematches. Those aren't guaranteed anymore. You lose a title, you're not getting rematches. Much like we're not family anymore. I mentioned it earlier. We had Asuka and Kairi Sane. You know, they have been just a devious duo, up to no good. And this video package with Io is talking about how, you know, what happened between them. It's not Rhea's fault. It's Asuka's fault, and she can finally realize that. Asuka's jealousy, her disrespect, that's what changed everything. And she said, you know, Asuka was one of the reasons I'm in this company. She's one of the reasons I even became champion. I didn't want to believe Rhea, but she was right. She was right about Asuka. A real family wouldn't tell you who to be friends with or take credit for what you've done. We're not family anymore. I want to take this serious because it could be a great promo package. But then you have the back and forth and the whole, like the way that they go from sometimes in English and then sometimes back to Japanese. We are not a family. Like it screams very like, you know, that stereotypical nature. But oh no, they fight. It's going to be great. When we get to this tag match down under, I'll be excited for it. Until then, what the fuck, Kairi? She almost took another one. We went after Kyle Fletcher like no other for doing a similar move and you know, goddamn killing Adam Cole. He's been out since, right? I mean, I don't know if that was the moment, but that certainly didn't help. She goes ahead. Oh, no, that's a giraffe. High as giraffe balls. She goes ahead over here. That's like, forget 32%. That's like 92% comedy right there, if you know what I'm talking about. How you doing?
Yeah.
Granted,
No.
she goes ahead and she takes Io to the outside. Kairi does what I can only presume is, I want to break your neck on the apron and LED board. That's the name of the move. I want to break your neck. And she does this. Splat. I mean, you can see the way her head comes down. The announce team reacts. I don't know. Hold on. We got to go one more time. Look at this is ungodly. The thud, the reaction, like all of it. Splat. Her neck, her head, the way she hits there. That could have been so bad right there. I am so thankful that she was okay. I mean, but a little bit higher, she hits her neck on the angle. That can sever your spine. Like my neck is fused from C1 to C3. It sucks. I'm telling you, a lot of physical therapy, a lot of scar tissue. You know, I got my fair share of zippers. This was not it.
Kyrie, but
Why is she continuing to do such just ridiculously dangerous shit regularly? How many people has she injured this year already that we kind of were joking about, but now I feel like it's actually like a serious worry. Every match she's had, someone has either damn near been killed or been injured. You can call it freak accidents or not, but there's been quite a few gifts and gaffes so far. Whether you blame Kyrie or not is not the point. Just saying this is kind of a worrying point with her.
I guess it would have to be.
We gave Nia equal, if not worse, shit religiously for equal, if not worse, or sometimes less
see,
worse
that's okay.
infractions.
Like when people criticize Nia, but if you criticize Kyrie, how dare you disrespect her? This is so disrespectful and toxic of you to say. Terrible of us. So, I get things happen. We would shit the bed in there. We're not professionals. Like, I get things happen, but
I'll say this:
it gets to a point.
Out of everything we've seen with Cody and Seth so far, even if we got to see what happens on SmackDown, if we even see them again, if it's just a video package, it'll probably be the part 3. Whatever. This segment between which we had here with Heyman and Seth is about the best thing to make the match feel like it matters. No one gives a shit about the belts, the rings, the overall theme of the pay-per-view. Really, people don't care about brand on brand warfare. They're about the stars reacting and seeing live wrestling. They're not buying based on matches. You know, it's not, oh, Stone Cold versus The Rock. It's, oh, John Cena's coming to town. Like, you know, this is his last year. These type of things. These tickets were bought far in advance. You know, when they had an announce a show at last second, and hey, look, we're doing this. We want to make it a yearly thing. We need to make it a big bang on ESPN. Hurry up and break the glass and break out AJ Lee. We need to have it. There we go. Into somewhere. We need to have AJ Lee there and break that glass. Let her free because that girl needs it. Let her out. You may run free, girl. Granted, she got the ticket sold for WrestlePalooza along with Cena and Lesnar, and nothing with Lesnar, nothing with her since. He crushed Cena. Shouldn't he be the next champion? Or are they going to wait till after the champ versus champ crown jewel thing? Maybe. I don't know. But in the meantime, the video package is telling the story, you know, and that's a problem. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with the chat that that's what we're getting. And then what does Raw give us? Another 6-man tag. And the crux of this is based around AJ Styles being so disrespected, right? We saw him previously get cut off. You know, he was in the commercial break trying to cut a promo. They wouldn't let him. Now today he starts to speak, and they just bring Judgment Day out. They play their music so they, you know, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and Dominic Mysterio can come out to face AJ, Penta, and Dragon Lee. The babyface trio is, you know, out there ready to take on the heels, who are all champions.
Too much negativity going on.
Finn
here,
and
Jake.
JD, I'm telling you though, Finn and JD are the Raw tag champs, and they're taking losses on this show. That should not be happening. I have complained about that faithfully. The tag champs should not be losing unless it's a plan to put over the
I think
future
they've
tag
had an
champions.
incredible reign. They've had the best reign of all time. This is one of the greatest matches.
I think
the
they're on
history
like
of
130
WWE Raw.
days, 120 or 130 days at this point, and they've defended them.
Can you let me be positive for a second?
Sure. Continue.
I'll be quiet.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
So tonight's Monday Night Raw could have been one of the best Monday Night Raws in history. You had the opening with Bronson Reed, because we've never seen that before, like when they were overseas,
No.
right? We never saw that back and forth.
No,
That
no,
was amazing.
it's the Cody
Great
show.
stuff there. The Usos main eventing against so-and-so, like 2 new people each and every week. Yeah, you never seen that before. Jey Uso just having tensions with people. That's great too. Everything good?
Splendid.
The 6-man tag team match with the Judgment Day, AJ Lee and Penta was one of the greatest 6-man tag team matches in the history of the world. The main event was just an absolute classic that no one's ever seen before, and fucking cinema. And you know, Jey Uso cut one of the best promos of his life tonight. Passionate and to the fucking point. Dedication. I was fucking sobbing, like how
you are
emotional
positive.
that made me, you know?
It made you that emotional.
I'm
You're
one of the
crying.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe you were that sad because
You too, but you want to know what?
But
I'm full of shit, and this all sucked.
We
now
know.
back to what we do best. Shitting
tearing
on
it
this
apart.
bullshit
Shitting on
that
this
they gave
bullshit.
us.
Give it to hell. No, because what was the point of cutting off AJ Styles? Why did they cut him
that
off
made
early?
no fucking sense.
Then they let him talk afterwards, and what did he say? It's gonna kick ass. It will kick ass. We're gonna leave it all in the ring. That was more generic than the silly AI fucking animals. Are you serious, AJ? That's the promo
speech.
you cut?
I tried to give you a passionate
You're
speech.
John
Listen, I
Cena's
tried to give you a passionate speech about
retirement
how good this Monday Night Raw was.
tour
I'm talking here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you again. It's the Cody show again. But I'm stupid apparently because I called this all great. I can't be positive either. You know what?
I don't blame you. No, but This is
I quit.
his retirement tour. John said on Unreal, this is the last page, page 499 out of 500, you can't really fuck this up. And Triple H's like, well, if anybody can, we could. Come on. My balding ass knows better. This is just not what I would have done for. I don't know why they're doing the disrespect thing with AJ. It's not going to lead to a match with Triple H. So what is the payoff? I don't get it. I don't know. Does it lead to him going back to TNA? Like, is that the point of this?
Let me respond to the
Maybe.
chat. I like interacting with the chat.
Yeah.
So,
Got people talking on
am I
Instagram.
the only one criticizing?
Thank you, Twisted D.
Am I the only one criticizing here? It
No,
can't just be me.
no, it can't just be you. It's you and I. I mean, I think it's just that sometimes they feel that my outlook might be a little less negative. Your negativity might be week to week. Mine might be more spontaneous.
Well, what do you want me to say about SmackDown, first of all? Yeah, that's going to be week to week. What would you like me to say about that show?
Yeah, see, the
Yeah,
problem
how
is
can you
everyone's
even-
complaining about
would
the
have to
tag division
lie.
dying, Cody. They're all complaining about it, but everybody complained about 3 hours. And that's what happens when you cut TV time. You
That
lose
is true.
shit.
That
We've
is
lo-
true. That's a
that
fair
hour
argument.
and SmackDown started to get better towards the end of the 3 hours. It was bad when they announced it, and then it was all of a sudden it started to get better. And it's like, oh, the Wyatt Six are like coming in, like things were kind of cooking, and then they seem to
think,
forget.
like,
They
with
forgot
what
about the
Raw is-
U.S. title entirely. They forgot about the tag titles. Now they're going to be defended Friday, hey, but haven't in forever. Like you had the Motor City
Raw is
Machine
what, like
Guns as
2.5
tag
hours?
champs. Yeah, 2
you
hours
say?
and 40
No.
minutes is what they aim for tonight. I think it was like 2:35 in that
So,
realm.
for SmackDown, do you think they should try it for 2 hours and 30 minutes, like around there? Would that help?
It would actually be much less because it's an hour and 40 with the commercials of actual
Yeah.
content you need. For the 2 hours, right? No, it's less than that. Sorry, it's 100. What is it? 40 minutes per hour. So it's 80 minutes. So they have 40 minutes of commercials. You know what I mean? So you only have 100. What did
That's
I say?
fucking ridiculous. By
Yeah,
the way.
80 minutes of content. Not even an hour and a half. An hour and 20 minutes is what you get for a 2-hour show because every show has 18 minutes of commercials. So it's like 36 minutes at times. For the fucking
You know what?
ridiculous
Appreciate the
full hour.
commercials. They'll go after you for.
I will say this for international
about
viewers and everything, they went ahead and they hit
Lucky
it.
sons of bitches.
They hit it out of the park tonight. A lot of times, especially with NXT, you have to hear the coming right back music, that do 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 do. Not as good as my shit. It's really annoying. It's not cool. Not this. It's not like good background. It's not any like decent loop music. It's not. It's not good shit. Instead, they just got the same beat over and over and over and says, we'll be right back in about 15 languages. Right. Terrible. Tonight on Raw, not once did that happen. You either got entrances, people in the ring, people coming in and out. It was really, really just
Wait,
consistent.
who ignored that? Me?
I don't know. I'm only, you can't watch without a VPN anymore. I'm telling you, I got a free one. I got to watch an ad. It's worth it because you just get that continual feed and it's worth it. We're seeing people's entrances all the way through. That's how I knew Jay went ahead and did it back because he did that during the break. Thankfully, it wasn't on TV time kicking us. We went ahead and we got, a lot of mini segments and they were talking to the
You
crowd
watch
at one point.
SmackDown on VPN as well, right?
Usually, yeah, all 3
So,
shows. Kind of have
It's
to at this
just
point.
coming right back music. It's not like commercial free.
Not always. Sometimes,
Do they-
usually they have their own little like hold music, and it just repeats. It's about 8 seconds. I don't pay for it.
Sometimes
Liz. I
will
don't
they-
pay for any VPN. I have a free one that I got. It's on the App Store. I don't even remember the name
So,
of it. It's called
like,
VPN
sometimes will
Free,
they,
and it works great.
Like continue with matches on SmackDown. Will you get to see the entirety of a match sometimes?
Yes, you get to see what happens during the commercial break usually. But tonight they didn't break once. They went ahead and they let it go through and through. And I don't have cable anymore, so that's half the problem. But since I've not had cable, like AEW was a nightmare for a while to worry about, but VPN Day has made it oh so better, I could pay for Max, but who's got money for that? here's the thing. I getting back to the Raw side. I don't know why. I know they had to make AJ Styles look strong, but he could have just had a promo segment, come out, done a promo about Cena, been done. Having them go over the tag champs, really, that's upsetting me, because not only did Dom bail out and leave while Penta took on Rusev, hey, fucked him up. He was going for Dom, but it didn't really look that way. Rusev got his ass beat down. Dom ran away, even though there was no more threat. Rusev was down, and that was it. And then we got the match will kick ass. If there's ass, we will kick it.
I like it. Oh, yeah, man.
Eating
If
that.
there's kick, we will ass it.
We will ass the kicking. And all the ass and gets kicked here. CM Punk, LA Knight, the Usos.
Hey, and one more thing about negativity. I
Yeah.
praised the LA Knight and CM Punk back and forth. That was really good.
Yes. Even Jay made sense in it, but I mean,
Did he? But I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna lie to you. I like to be truthful instead of blowing smoke up anyone's ass saying this was perfect.
but yeah, Jay lost to Gunther. Gunther lost to Punk. Punk got cashed in on. And it's been Seth since. So Jay technically lost his rematch up when he didn't face Gunther again, right? I mean, that would be that, if anything. But he is still involved in the main event story, trying to get the belt back. I get it with what's been happening in weeks, but this just kind of just felt like it was, again, ad nauseum, rinse and repeat. If it wasn't the Vision, it was kind of the Vision storyline because of Roman being involved. And now that he's involved with the other stuff, and then it's a weird kind of makeup. So he's taken on the Vision, but then he's his own heel with Jay, and Jimmy's trying to be defiant against Roman and save Jay. But while that's going on, you got Seth in a fight for power with Paul. Like, there are stories going on, and some of them are really good. It's not like there's not long-term storytelling right now. There's just not a lot of compelling storytelling week to week. A lot of it is taking a long time to get anywhere, and that's the problem. You're getting weeks in between Roman's, visits to Raw or a PLE. You're getting these many week breaks in the story, then it comes back and it feels disjointed. There's a lot of it that just it feels, as I said before, ad nauseum, that rinse and repeat. It's just, I wish some of it would happen a bit sooner, and not even just in terms of the matches, but the way it's playing out. I mean, a lot of slow burn. And that's kind of why I brought up the Punk feud before, because as much as things were progressing, it was all waiting on Punk to heal. If he had been good to go sooner, it would have happened sooner, and it would have ended the same way. They would have had the bracelet, everything they had for the build was great. But
yes, we are yelling at Cody again.
1, 2, 3.
Chat tonight.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This was not long-term storytelling either, like we had hoped. You know what today was? I should say is, but was. Today is the 6-year anniversary to quite possibly the worst WWE match, or at least match finish, of all time. And one that I might say still lives in terrible infamy. That's right, we go all the way back to 2019. And it's Hell in a Cell.
Oh, God.
You remember that? I mean,
I do remember that.
We look back at some time before and how terrible it was. We went ahead and
everyone has to be reminded.
Yes, everybody does, and that's kind of the thing. Besides our spooky dookies, we've gone ahead and we've come a long way. So not only is it 6 years since that match, but it's also 1 year of Into Somewhere. That's right. So we had started last year bringing this show back to go ahead and join Spaz for the NXT on CW review, the 1st and the 8th. And we did the first Raw review of Into Somewhere on
And I
October
wasn't the
7th.
original hire.
No, it was me by my lonesome. So, lo and behold, it was something. But
I didn't get a job offer until the following year.
until, that contract was signed. I mean, that was really the most of it. If I could find
And
the
you know what's
file.
crazy? I don't even remember signing it for whatever reason.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, you did. So you definitely did. I mean, I got to do a couple of things here. So I got to turn the volume on here. Then I got to turn the volume over here.
Like a completely different person then.
Right? I mean, 6 years, a couple 100 pounds, and a few different co-hosts will do a lot to a person. Let's go ahead and bring this back.
Title match if it's too soon for him to get the belt.
Joe and
That's what we've been saying for months. I am
I like
beyond
Joe
baffled right now that this is what they came up with. So you made him look indestructible, like a Terminator, like a monster, like a zombie. He just kept getting up, hit after hit. Then you do all these things. So the ref calls the bell?
The AEW chants, so priceless. But yeah, 6 years ago today. Look at that. Like I said,
Not
a couple
only
hundred
does that
pounds
show
ago,
how
but
garbage that match was, it just shows you where AEW is right now. 6
right?
years ago.
People were so excited about the
know.
debut of AEW and so angered by that match that they actually thought the best way to revolt was to chant the opposing newly formed company's ready to debut name. It was unprecedented. And we got to talk to Cody right after that, and he was floored by people's reactions. It was pretty crazy. So, hell of a time. But looking back 6 years ago
Oh,
today.
you guys did. I forgot about that. You guys did interview Cody Rhodes, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
great.
it did. Long ways ago, many moons. But yeah.
Wait, did he give his reaction about the match itself, or just he
went ahead and said that it was surprising. I think he was very diplomatic at that point, pushing AEW hard. But look at him now. He's the guy. They really have done a thing as well where I appreciate it. I've noticed it with a couple of different things with Dragon Lee, with Penta, with Cody initially. As weeks go on, they will tease kind of little changes and small iterations and different things about their entrances. Like initially with Cody, they had the Cody Vader. Then they were like, hey, we're not going to have a ramp every week. So they put out like some type of stairs with an elevator on it. That looked ridiculous. So then they went ahead and just kind of had a smoke. And they added the pyro to that. The Woe caught on pretty quick, and that became the pyro response. And they did the second one. They added that. Same thing with Penta. It started off where there was just kind of a little bit of fire. Then they added the sparkling thing, pyro, Mexican spinning, shooting pyro behind him. That's awesome. And, just the little changes each week that they added to it. Same thing with Stephanie, and the preamble to her theme song now that comes in with all like the lightning cracks and the fire explosion. It's just cool to see it develop and all the different iterations as time goes on. But yeah, I know. I was told, I should have gone ahead before and taken Monday Night Football instead of Monday Night Raw. You did tell me, Pico, to take the Jags, and the real chief is Chase Strongbow. But, the Chiefs are 2-3, so good times for everybody. I know I didn't do well this week, so we're going to go ahead and before we get out of here, hear about my NFL recap for week 4. Cody's got to go ahead and let me know how bad, or no, week 5, excuse me, how bad I did in week 5. But Raw.
Well, I don't blame you for doing bad this week. There was a lot of upsets, by the way. So wait,
yeah, the end of Raw, CM Punk, LA Knight, they get the win. They defeat Jimmy and Jay Uso. Basically, Jay goes up top for the Uso splash, but he gets knocked off the ropes because LA Knight is on the apron. He wants to knock him off, and then all of a sudden, Punk hits him with a GTS, but he falls backwards. Knight tags himself in, steals the pin, gets the win. Solid, quick main event, sub 10 minutes. I think it was like 9 minutes and 30 seconds, somewhere around that, Wiki said. And Knight gets the hell out of there. He's like, let me see you guys later. Yeah, Punk kind of just stares him down, and then Jay is angry. That was it. The only thing that kind of makes me realize is like, damn, they have devalued the Usos quite a bit, huh? Like, I understand Jay and Jimmy are not on the same page, but the week before, Roman had to save him. Now this week, they lose pretty easily. I mean, these are WrestleMania main eventers, and they may have had Solo the worst match in WrestleMania history, some say. Hard to argue that at WrestleMania 40, but that was a dark stain on a very great two-night pay-per-view. So, or PLE, I should say. Overall, I thought it was a good episode, honestly. Some things not really grabbing me, but I did appreciate Seth being talked to by Paul and kind of threatened. You know, this is the plan. If you don't fall, through with the plan, then you don't win. I got another plan. I've always got plans. I got plans up the wazoo. I'm Paul planning Heyman. That's all there is to it. I want to give this show like a 6. It really is like a middling show. There wasn't much to it. Most of it felt like a mid-card show. Becky is up there champ, but she is the mid-card champ, having a Maxine Dupree match, which is very lower mid-card. I mean, she did have an excellent match, don't get me wrong, but that's not going to draw a lot of people back in either. Same thing with Lyra and Roxanne. They are damn good, but it was all very mid-card heavy, lacking more of that big star feel. And Io's there, but Stephanie and Rhea weren't, and it certainly was noticed. All in all, yeah, I think 6 out of 10 is a good place to be. We've got NXT tomorrow night showdown. Cody, what is your Raw rating, my friend?
You know what? For Mr. Negative, I thought the in-ring stuff was like good.
Yeah.
And I thought the CM Punk and LA Knight stuff was good. So I'm
All
gonna
right.
give it a 7.
Wow. Higher than me. I was at a 6. I see
So
some 8s in the chat.
take that and kiss my ass for saying
Twitter,
I'm
I
Mr.
see-
Negative.
Twitter has a 4. Wow. I also see somebody on Twitter said 2. Cool. Good to know.
You know what? And I'm negative.
So be it. Hey, if they're not entertained, so be it. Can't win everybody all the time, right? I see some 8s. I
Don't
see
come
a
over to
7,
this YouTube chat.
a
You'll get in
6
trouble.
over on Instagram. Thank you for letting me know. A couple of 6s as well. 7s and 8s. So we're in 6, 7, 8 territory. We'll go 7.5 as the median score, it seems. Maybe even a 7, but granted, I'll take your 7, my 6. We'll go 6.5. How's that sound? Capiche?
6.5 is a good meet in the middle. Yep.
Deal, my friend. Now go ahead and depress the hell out of me as I do terrible with my predictions.
Liz
from
gave
the
it a
week before.
-8.
Oh, Jesus. She
Jeez.
was really upset, huh? She was mad that Jay lost in the end.
And a -8. Wow.
I guess so. All right. Week 5. I was ill prepared for this. Unfortunately, it seems like, because I
I
took
think we all were.
the
I'm
worst
shocked with some of
advice
these.
in the world, allegedly. And that would be no advice, but my own terrible thinking. And I made some pretty terrible, I would say, predictions. Yeah, that's pretty fair. It's pretty fair. I made some bad ones. And this is a lasting legacy of those bad predictions. So let's go ahead and see week 5, Cody. And then this Wednesday into Summer Weekly, I'll be making my week 6
Oh.
predictions. So let me know. I started off with the 49ers.
49ers did win.
Sweet baby Jesus, I got one. All right. Then I picked the Vikings.
Vikings did win.
Then the Jets.
Cowboys won.
No one likes to hear that.
No.
Giants.
Saints won.
Yeah, the Raiders.
Even though you beat the Chargers the week before. who are
I
a good
know,
team, but
and I
you
didn't pick
never
them
know.
then, right? This time I did, and we went nowhere
Raiders-
quick.
The Raiders got Mollywop.
They got destroyed.
So, yeah.
Panthers. I didn't see the end of this one, so.
Panthers did win.
Oh, look at that. What about the Broncos?
Broncos won.
Ravens.
They got mollywopped by the Texans.
Look at that. Look at that. I need that one. There we go. All right, Cardinals.
It was a close one. I don't even know how Cardinals gave up the lead like they did. That was one of the worst.
They lost. And
they were like handing the Titans the one. They were like, "Here, please win.
Just
we don't
take
want to
this." Twitter was enraged. The Hawks. Sorry,
The
right.
Buccaneers won.
Oh, Jesus. All right, what about the Lions?
Lions won.
Oh, what about the Redskins for you?
Reds, they won. Baby, let's fucking go.
Oh, wow, look at that. All right, Patriots.
They won.
And then the Chiefs.
They blew it.
Yeah, that was a bad pick. I know. Yeah, I shouldn't have picked the Chiefs, but should have taken the Jags on that one. But, what did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 right. So,
What did you get the week before?
7 and 9.
Back-to-back 7 and 9s?
7 and 7 because we got bye week this week, so I broke even.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, 1, 2,
So,
3,
you have
4,
to-
5, 6, 7. Yep, 7 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 and 7. Look at that. All right. We will have our predictions soon enough for week 6 on Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Again, thank you to Unidark for being an amazing and incredibly talented producer who went ahead and opened up his entire discography and library to us. So go ahead and check them out on Bandcamp. Go ahead and pick up their latest album. You can go ahead, Stay an Icon. It's incredible. Thank you to them for being the official music makers of Into Somewhere. Hopefully everybody has a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. That's right. We'll be live. NXT Invasion Showdown. That's right. It's NXT Showdown. It's going to be a hell of a night. NXT versus TNA. Who would have actually, even a year ago, thought this was happening? You know, I certainly didn't. I'm telling you, it's a hell of a thing to see. TNA is doing great. I don't know if they'll get a TV deal, but they've certainly improved from yesteryear. So thank you, Cody, for being here. Please tell these people where they can find you, my friend.
You can find me over on my Twitter or X, whatever you like to call it nowadays, at Judgment Day Era. You can find me over on my YouTube channel, which I will be posting gaming content soon. I know Liz is the gaming girl right now, like I see in the chat. At
She's
least
streaming
gaming
on Twitch.
like
Check
me.
that out in the description box.
You'll forget that exists once I start posting gaming content at
GTA.
Judgment Day Era.
Better be coming.
You know it. And you can find me over on my Instagram, a paid Judgment Day shill, as some say, at Cody_Onidi_316.
Hell yeah, my friend. Thank you so
But
much
again,
for
if
being
I'm paying
here.
people, hit me up. Why aren't you paying me?
Fucking pay people. I know. I got to be paid for you to be paid. I mean, that's really what it's got to be at this time. So
Some fans will believe it. They're not paying anyone. The wrestlers aren't going to pay.
right, they should be paying us and you for every review we're putting out there. Come on, I'm telling you. If you're into somewhere, Jake DeMarco, Cody Onidi 316. Go ahead and subscribe on YouTube. Hit the like button. Turn on notifications so you can get all of our alerts. We put out a bunch of shorts regularly. We've got the UCR podcast coming up this week, as well as a bunch of live content. Bound for Glory and Crown Jewel predictions. We'll be talking about AEW's Wrestle Dream coming up. We've got SmackDown, Crown Jewel, Bound for Glory, and Raw review. I mean, there's just a ton coming up. We hope to see you all there. Until then, stay sexy. And as always, have a great night.
Show signs of madness! Build to my darkness!
I told you not to take that.